Robert De Niro when he's at a film festival and a documentary was coming out about vaccine by, I think, Del Bigtree. And he's talking about the documentary because he's got an autistic son. I think he's like 22 or 23 years old. That's one area where he's like, we have to look into this. What's going on with this? And he's kept it kind of to, at the time, the kid was 16 years old. But I think there's some moments, and they try to hide it as much as possible. So Robert De Niro suggested
there's a link between vaccines and autism?
You've never seen this interview?
No.
I have to show it to you afterwards. Okay. So he's talking about it, and the host is trying to shut him up. And he's, you guys got to see this documentary. And he's not one that uses his kids as a, we know where he's at with Trump. We know he's got TDS. Yeah. We know he loses his mind. But when it comes down to vaccine and autism, that is a very personal thing to him.
But can you imagine not being allowed to ask?
Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. There's some evidence that it is true. And we do know that they took the additive out of the vaccine. Mm-hmm. But it, of course, had nothing to do with autism. But like, in what world can't you ask that question or demand like a straightforward answer? They're forcing your kids to take this stuff.
Things have gotten so out of control on childhood vaccines and autism. World Council for Health is saying parents are urged to adopt a common sense, safer to wait approach. What does that mean? That means deferring on the childhood schedule. 5 studies now show, in the modern day, 5 studies show children who take no vaccines, none. They're born healthy, they take no vaccines. They're healthier than the kids who take the vaccines. There's lower rates of food allergies, peanut allergies. That's all coming from the peanut excipients in vaccines. There's lower rates of asthma, allergic dermatitis, need for tympanostomy tubes. Lower rates of attention deficit disorder, Asperger's disease, lower rates of autism spectrum disorder by a mile. Massive excessive vaccination is likely harming our children today.